The night sky over Chiba was ablaze with pyrotechnics, fan chants filled the air, and thousands of armies raised their glowing light sticks in unison, celebrating yet another milestone in Jin's remarkable solo journey. As part of his Run Seokjin EP Tour Japan, Jin's stop in Chiba was a visual and emotional masterpiece. But beyond the electrifying visuals and flawless vocals, something more subtle captured the attention of dedicated fans: Jin's encore speech. Toward the end of the show, just as the final fireworks lit up the dome, Jin stood alone on stage in his denim jacket, smiling softly as he addressed the crowd. His words, translated from Korean, were simple but poignant. "This stage only shines because of you. I'm not alone because we were together. Thank you, Army. You were the best tonight." At first glance, it was a heartfelt tribute to the fans who had supported him through his military enlistment, solo albums, and now his first world tour. But for many who followed the trajectory of BTS, not just as artists, but as a bonded brotherhood, the message felt layered, especially for those who had followed his close relationship with Jungkook. What caught attention wasn't just the words, but how he said them. As he spoke, Jin paused briefly and looked toward the far end of the arena, where, some fans claim, a figure resembling Jungkook had been spotted earlier that evening. Though no confirmation was ever made by HYB or either artist, whispers circulated that Jungkook had flown into Japan quietly, possibly to support his hyung from the crowd. This speculation only grew louder after fans noted that during the Encore, Jin flashed a peace sign in his usual playful manner, but with a subtle tilt of his head and an extended glance, reminiscent of the way Jungkook often ends his own Encore messages. It was a moment easily missed by the casual viewer, but for longtime fans who've tracked every interaction between the two, it felt intentional. The idea of a hidden message is not without precedent. BTS has long been known for embedding meaning into their performances, lyrics, and gestures, and Jin and Jungkook, in particular, have shared countless moments over the years that speak to a deep, unspoken bond. Whether it's their iconic performances of Epiphany and Still With You, or their genuine support for each other's solo careers, the connection between them has always been quietly powerful. Adding to the speculation, fans recalled that during Jungkook's own Golden promotions in 2023, he often mentioned how much he admired Jin's vocal tone and personality. Jin, for his part, publicly praised Jungkook's hard work and even jokingly declared him the Golden One who never stops. That mutual respect has since matured into something more profound, a sense of emotional camaraderie that now seems to be playing out through subtle moments on global stages and on social media. Hashtags like #JinEncoreSpeech, #Hidden Message to Jungkook, and #Jungkook in Chiba began trending worldwide within hours of the concert's end. Fan theories emerged rapidly. Some speculated that Jin's words were a personal message for Jungkook, thanking him for attending or simply showing support from afar. Others believe the moment is a prelude to something larger, a hint at a possible Jin and Jungkook subunit, or an emotional build-up to BTS's long-awaited reunion album, HYB. Staying true to its mysterious style, has made no comment about Jungkook's presence or the growing speculation. Still, the silence only adds fuel to the fire. Regardless of what's officially confirmed, one thing is certain: Jin's performance in Chiba was more than a solo act. It was a love letter to the fans, to the stage, and possibly to a certain golden magne watching from somewhere in the crowd. And if that final glance and those heartfelt words were indeed meant for Jungkook, then Jin didn't just light up the night with fireworks, he lit up the hearts of millions with something far more powerful. As the night settled in and fans began pouring out of the venue, the buzz surrounding Jin's encore speech only grew louder. Countless clips of the moment were uploaded across social media platforms, from Weverse to X, formerly Twitter, to TikTok fan edits layered with soft instrumentals and romantic text overlays. This wasn't just for ARMY, it was for someone else too, wasn't it? What made the theory even more intriguing was the timing. Just days earlier, Jungkook had been notably absent from public view, sparking quiet curiosity among fans already wondering whether he was traveling. Flight tracker communities, a niche but active part of the ARMY ecosystem, noted a private charter jet departing Seoul for Narita Airport near Chiba the night before the concert. No official manifest, no names attached, but the pattern matched previous BTS international travel behavior. Enough of a breadcrumb for hopeful hearts. Some fans have begun revisiting the lyrics of Jin's most recent album Echo, particularly the song Distance, which speaks about longing, closeness without contact, and the quiet understanding between two souls walking separate paths under the same sky. Many now believe the track could be a nod to someone Jin has missed deeply, someone who stood beside him in both silence and sound. And Jungkook, for many, fits that image more than anyone else. Meanwhile, Korean entertainment forums and international fan accounts alike have been flooded with theories connecting Jin's onstage tone and subtle gestures to past interactions with Jungkook. One clip from 2019 resurfaced, showing the two laughing backstage, where Jin gently nudges Jungkook and says, "You'll be watching me one day, just wait." That line, once taken as playful banter, now seems almost prophetic. Adding to the intrigue, ARMYs noticed that shortly after the concert, Jungkook's Spotify account played Echo's lead single, "Don't Say You Love Me." While this alone may seem coincidental, fans who've tracked his streaming habits over the years consider it an intentional move. A quiet digital, "I saw you. I heard you." Of course, none of this has been confirmed. HYB remains characteristically silent, and neither Jin nor Jungkook have made any direct comments. But in BTS's universe, where storytelling is as important as music and where silence often speaks louder than words, the absence of confirmation is precisely what keeps the fire alive, and fans are ready for more. With Jin's upcoming performances in Osaka and Nagoya on the horizon, ticket holders are on high alert, wondering if Jungkook might make another quiet appearance, this time perhaps not in the crowd, but on stage once again, because if there's anything this Chiba performance reminded the world, it's that Jin and Jungkook don't need dramatic declarations to move millions. Sometimes, all it takes is a single glance, a soft smile, and a carefully chosen sentence wrapped in sincerity. "This stage only shines because of you." Maybe he was speaking to all of ARMY. Maybe he was speaking to just one. Either way, the world is still listening. And the world isn't just listening, it's watching. Every movement, every lyric, every breath that Jin takes on stage is now under the microscope of a fandom that has learned to read between the lines. With BTS known for embedding emotional codes in their art, it's not far-fetched for fans to believe that something personal was hidden in Jin's performance. In the days following the Chiba concert, several fan translations of Jin's speech began circulating, with some versions including an almost imperceptible whisper right before the fireworks exploded, a soft "gomawo," or "thank you." The timing of it, just as the lights dimmed and he stared briefly into the distance, struck a chord with fans. It wasn't part of the official script, and no mic pickup was clear enough to confirm it fully, but in BTS culture, those small unspoken moments often speak volumes. Jungkook, for his part, has remained completely offline. No Beberse updates. No Instagram stories. No public sightings. For someone as digitally connected to his fans as Jungkook usually is, this silence is noticeable, and that only deepens the mystery. The last time he went off-grid for more than a few days was before the release of Golden in 2023, when he was preparing for a surprise performance at the MTV Europe Music Awards. Could something similar be brewing now, but this time for Jin's tour? Even more curious is the involvement of Bang Si-hyuk, the HYB founder, who has always held a soft spot for both Jin and Jungkook. He was recently photographed leaving the HYB Japan office, just hours after Jin's Chiba concert wrapped. While no official statement was released, the timing was enough to spark speculation that Big Hit's chairman might be playing a quiet role in facilitating something big, perhaps a joint stage, or even a duet in the works. After all, Bang has been known to intervene in key creative moments when BTS members need that extra push to take artistic risks. Now, with the Osaka leg of the tour just days away, fans are on alert like never before. Some believe that if Jungkook was indeed at Chiba in secret, his presence in Osaka might not remain hidden. The possibility of a surprise guest appearance, even a single verse, a shared harmony, a knowing glance, is now the dream many ARMYs are holding onto. A moment that would not only send shockwaves across the fandom but also subtly signal that BTS's long-awaited full reunion is beginning to bloom on the same stage where their solo journeys once diverged. In the broader context, Jin's tour is not just about music, it's about connection. And connection has always been the cornerstone of BTS's success. Whether it's Jin and Jungkook standing beside each other in silence, or echoing each other's emotions through their art, their bond is one of the purest the fandom has witnessed.